So the Key City Foundation actually is based off of 3 line of efforts, right? We've got free youth sports, nonprofits, and building communities. Free youth sports is our main line of effort that we have going on here. Helping and building other nonprofits and giving back to them is our second line of effort. And of course, our third line of effort is overall just building communities. Now for free youth sports, what does this entail? Essentially, it's saying that we're gonna give you competitive. So that's like club, travel, competitive level youth sports, right, in exchange for community service and leadership development. So essentially, as we're building this model, saying that if you want to play a club, travel level type sport, essentially if you want to play this for free, it's going to be in exchange for community service and leadership development, character development, and so on. All right, so when we say free, that is our mission. Our mission is to provide free competitive level youth sports in exchange for community service and leadership development. That is our main mission, and this is our main number 1 priority. With these youth sports, what that entails is saying that we are taking club, and our goal is now to merge club and rec into one model, a brand new model, a completely brand new approach to youth sports. Why? Because the current system is broken, and there's no reason why we should have less than 37% of student athletes continuing to play sports after age 11, 12, right? To me, that is absolutely insane. Now, the cost for club sports is going up, but participation is going down. Not only that, we're starting to see, and we have been seeing, a very huge single sport focus. So our model is encouraging, and essentially in a younger age, you'll be playing multiple sports. And that way you'll be pretty much exposed to different ways to use your biomechanics in your body, and B, experience different cultures of people, because we can all agree there are different cultures or subsets of cultures within each sport. So if we do this, then essentially what we are trying to do is bridge. I'm going to draw a little bridge here. That's railing. The opportunity and cultural gap. So there's a massive gap here. Not saying the gap is directly between opportunity and cultural, right? But saying there is a clear gap, right, with cultural things, norms going on in society, as well as for just an overall opportunity. Now, while we create this opportunity, that does not necessarily mean that equal opportunity equals equal outcome. The point is, each student athlete is going to have to do some form of community service. And as we continue to develop that model, we'll also help them, give them leadership skills, charisma skills that they can take on into the world past this, right? Now, the other thing is what separates us from other organizations. So one of the biggest things and selling points for other organizations is what they say: we're going to get you in college. We have X, Y, and Z. They overpromise all these things. You pay this high ticket price for a mediocre product that, like, I mean, in reality, it's like, what credentials do they come with? Essentially, is college. If you are solely trying to get your son or daughter into a program that is for college, then yeah, we're not the program for you, because that's not our main goal. We are not focused on getting your child, your son, your daughter into college. What we are focused on is creating a good human, right? And helping give somebody good traits at a younger age, understanding the importance of giving back to community. Inevitably, we will have the tools. We already have recruiting resources there. Should you want to get your son or daughter into college, then it's an inevitable outcome, because coaches of other organizations will look at our program and understand the product that we're pushing out. So if you want to understand the number 1 priority that we have right now, that's free youth sports, right? Competitive level, travel level, merging it with rec, making sure rec sports don't die, in exchange for community service and leadership development. If you're asking, okay, well, what is the skin in the game if there's no money? Correct. It is this right here, and it's a model that we're developing not only with the kids buy-in, but with parents buy-in, right? If you are willing to put yourself through this model and our model, then the goal is essentially to give you the free equipment, give you the free travel, give you the free play, the tournaments, what have you. But if there is no commitment level to this, then no. Guess what? Go somewhere else. If you're only focused on going to college and getting that 2% chance, that's the other thing here. So I'm gonna erase this really quick. And let's talk terms of investment, right? You have a 2% chance of getting into this is my college. Here's your, all right, college. You have a 2% chance of actually getting a scholarship in order to get your son or daughter into college. A lot of programs are charging anywhere between $2,000 to $3,000. Essentially, whether it's summer, winter, whatever the sport is. And that's for like 1 year, one season. If you start them off, let's even say you just start them off in middle school, that's 6th to 12th grade. I mean, that's 6 years. You do the math, right? That's just simply starting them off in one season. If you pay that twice, 6 times 3, 18. So what? That's 18K to 12. Yeah, 12 to 18K. Right. 12 to 18K from 6th to 12th grade of an investment that you're putting in, right? For a 2% chance to get your son or daughter into college. And if anybody invested in some sort of stocks, then you can understand that this is an absolutely asinine thought process, right? If that's what you're trying to do. Now, if it's for the experience and just having vacations, I completely respect that, and I think that is absolutely phenomenal reason. However, if that is what you believe the facade of club and travel sports is to give your kid all of these talents and abilities that you can't get anywhere else, which is not true. You can definitely get them for a much lower price with people who are essentially giving their time away for free, i.e. shout out to Coach Fairley, who 3 days a week has been coaching kids for free, right? This is a collegiate level athlete coaching kids for free 3 days out of the week for essentially an hour and a half to 2 hours, which someone might charge anywhere between $100 to $300 an hour, right? To give you the same exact training you would get from any other coach. And I say that because I've seen him coach and I know what he's capable of. Right? So if you look here, that's just starting 6th to 12th grade. You have a 2% chance of getting a scholarship and getting into college. That's essentially what that metric is. And you can look that up and challenge me on that. That's perfectly fine. Right? 2% chance of actually getting a scholarship to go to college. So for us at Key City Foundation, our number one line of effort, priority, is free youth sports. Are we there yet? No, absolutely not. But if you would like to get involved and this is something that intrigues you, but you don't have the money or whatever, then we figure it out and we make sure that we create equal opportunity, right? Equal opportunity, but it doesn't mean, let's go to this. Equal opportunity does not equal outcome. Because we will preach sweat equity, right? And that is what we're going to teach, and that is something that we continue to instill. Now, what are our sports that we currently have? We've got soccer and lacrosse. These are the two programs that we started with. Soccer is a lot more in depth, one of the first programs that we really started with. Lacrosse now is building up. We've got a more robust women's program, and now we are starting to build the infancy of the men's program. Men, boys, you guys understand. The goal is to continue to add more sports: basketball, baseball, football, rugby, hockey, what have you, and to create a brand new approach to youth sports, essentially introducing kids at a much younger age to multiple sports throughout the year, right? Having them experience what it means to get involved in community service, give back, age appropriate, right? And that there's so much more that we can talk to, but this is essentially where we're at right now for youth sports. Competitive club travel, merging with a rec type model in exchange for community service and leadership development. Our vision really is to bridge the opportunity and cultural gap in youth sports. That is our vision, and that is what we are continually aspiring towards every single day. If you are trying to get into a college and that's your sole purpose of getting into a sports organization for your child, or that is the same thing, that's their aspiration, they don't want to do anything else, they don't want to give back to the community, they don't want to learn other life skills, then sure, go somewhere else. But biggest thing that we are preaching is that every single thing we do, we give back to nonprofits. Every single event we've had, we've given back to another nonprofit, which we will now get into. So this is our number 2 line of effort, right? Nonprofits. So what does that mean? Essentially everything we do, from the people inside our organization and to the kids that we are bringing in through sports, is learning to give back. Because so many people in society today just take. We just take and take and take and take. And then we expect and we're entitled and we just want this and we want that and we want this and I deserve this, but we are never looking to give back. And what are we trying to do with the foundation? We are trying to give back constantly to the community and to these kids and teach that at a much younger age, because our youth are our future. And if we're not instilling these values and these wants to give back, then we are failing them and we are failing us 10, 15, 20 years from now. So with everything we do, we give back to other nonprofits. For the past year plus, we've been giving free clinics to kids, free sports clinics, soccer, lacrosse, what have you. And every single clinic we've had, parents, everyone, this is how we've started it. Of course, this isn't the end goal and just to do this, but we've partnered with a different nonprofit. Partnered with Shift, we've raised hygiene goods. We've partnered with Blessings in the Backpack. We've partnered with the Frederick Humane Society, and we have this sport. This is my lacrosse stick. It's terrible. And then a soccer ball. Chris Stack, our director of soccer, don't get mad at me. That's the best I can do for a soccer ball off the cusp. We have these free clinics, and then essentially what happens is people will bring all these different hygiene items, or they'll bring some food items for Blessings in a Backpack, and then we give that back to these other organizations, because that is what we're trying to promote, not just in the kids, but for the parents and everybody. And then from there, we start to instill a light bulb. All right, let's do this. We start to instill a mindset and plant the seed of this is who our organization is. We are constantly giving back. That is what it's about. Now, along with that, we just ran our first 5K. It was our Oktoberfest brew run. Not only was this a way for us to raise money for our athletes and for the program itself, but this is also an opportunity for us to partner with the Frederick Mental Health Association and give back to them. So we give 20% of our proceeds away to other nonprofit organizations. So as you can think, if we have this 5K, we get 20% of our proceeds and we gave it to MHA. So we're always partnering with other organizations and we are giving that money back. Now, with these nonprofits, the goal in the future is then also to create volunteer opportunities and to help build life lessons and life skills going back to our youth sports and our community service. As we continue to develop this model, the kids will then be given an opportunity to essentially, as they get older, choose like what interests you. Environmental, okay, we'll find a nonprofit, partner with that nonprofit should they want to partner with us, and we start to create a program that helps them get actual hands-on skills of doing these things that give back, right? not just doing it for themselves selfishly, right, but also doing something for the community. And so our free clinics, we're constantly giving back to other nonprofits. Our fundraising events, we are constantly, everything we've done, we're giving back to other nonprofit organizations. And what we want to do is continually raise awareness. So the camera cut out, went all the way through until I realized that it was done, getting a phone call. But it's to get back on track, all of this stuff with our second line of effort, we're trying to raise awareness for other nonprofits and also find ways to give back to them with our organization. With that is our third line of effort, and that's building communities. We are truly trying to build the communities around us with these different opportunities, not just for the kids, but also for working adults and people are looking for jobs. Currently, as it stands, and even if you're not looking for a job or just a place to volunteer, we have 50 plus volunteers. Every single person that is working this organization is doing it for free. I'm doing it for free, or all of our board members are doing it for free. Every single person has been working this mission set for the past 2 years for free. And we're continuing to build more and more volunteers every single month, every single year. And it's just been absolutely amazing to see the growth and the selfless service of all these individuals who have full daytime jobs. They have full daytime jobs, some very prestigious jobs. And then in their spare time, they put their time aside for this mission, right, to accomplish all the things we're trying to accomplish. That being said, at our January 2022 all hands meeting, one of the biggest milestones we are trying to accomplish now is getting jobs, getting paid employees. We are now about to hit that milestone by starting to get one of our directors paid, our first directors. We are prioritizing, of course, our sports directors because that is our operations. Everything we do is to remove obstacles for them to be successful and to make each sport a success. And so, biggest kudos to our team to getting us here and where we're at, but now getting paid jobs, paid coaches, paid administrative jobs, whatever it is for fundraising, that is the next goal. And that is another way we're looking to build our communities, is actually provide jobs for people. Internships, working with colleges right now to get set internship programs, and even crisis management and disaster relief. So what is this crisis management and disaster relief? Our chief of operations here, Eric, phenomenal guy. He has helped us when he's been out in Utah. He's helped us down in Virginia, and back at the Texas winter storm crisis, we wanted to do an effort, and he was also doing an effort. We collaborated, and within a week, we were both, from our organization, working with him, able to raise 28,000 bottles of water, approximately, get it shipped, driven out in a semi-truck, all the way out to Texas, and have another nonprofit organization receive it and deliver the water. Our goal is to develop a team of individuals who can drive these operations, provide volunteer opportunities for other people in the organization to then help give back in those times of crisis, those times of disaster. So we're constantly finding ways to give back to the community and potentially, or eventually I should say, tie it back to our youth sports and our community service, and giving an opportunity for our athletes, our foundation athletes, to learn and grow and have hands-on experience of doing things at a much younger age. And to recap everything, right, our number one line of effort for youth sports, our number two line of effort, nonprofits, our number three line of effort, building communities. Number one, our goal, our mission, provide free competitive level travel sports in exchange for community service and leadership development. Our vision is to bridge the opportunity and cultural gap in youth sports. And if you're looking for an organization to get your son or daughter involved in for college, and that's your sole purpose, and all you want to do is get them recruited and go play Division I and get that 2% chance of whether it's Division I, Division II to play in college, then we're not the organization for you. If all you care about is getting into some sort of winning club organization where they have that prestige, they have all these players that are essentially set to bring you to the national championship, that's not our organization, and we're perfectly fine with that. And if it's winning at any cost, that's not us, right? We are not about winning at any cost. What we are about is building a good human being and a winning mindset to be successful in life after graduating high school. Once they graduate high school, if they want to go to college, good. We'll give them the resources they need, and that is an inevitable outcome that coaches will look at the foundation and they will say, I know what type of individual is going to come out of this organization. That is what we want. The reputation that we are trying to develop good human beings that have life experience from community service, being taught leadership at a much younger age, charisma, character development, all of that. And if they don't want to go to college, that's perfectly fine too. Hopefully they can use what we teach them during their time with us to use in some sort of trade or use whatever they want to do that is their dream, their aspiration. We want them to dream as big as possible without thinking sports has to equal college. That's not the case. All right, nonprofits, we're going to still be doing free clinics. Check out the free clinics. We're always giving back to another nonprofit there. This year, October 23rd, mark your calendar. That's our next 5K Oktoberfest brew run downtown Frederick, and help us just continue to raise awareness of other nonprofits, because that is the biggest thing we would love to do, is show what other people are doing that's great in the community. And then number 3, building communities. If you'd like to volunteer, reach out. And then if you'd like to get a job with us, we're very close. So hopefully we'll be able to push those out. Thanks for your time. Look forward to seeing you guys and appreciate you checking out the foundation.